Oh my. Look at all of this chaos. Oh boy. It doesn't look as absolutely chaotic as it feels on the camera, but I am in the process of basically ripping up my office and rebuilding it so that we can be ready for the new year. Well, ripping it up sounds kind of dramatic. What I'm really just doing is a huge cleanse, a huge clean, like cleaning rain is just going through all of this space right now. And I am kind of rotating what normally is in my office with things that either immediately just like, they grab my attention, they grab my inspiration right now. I want to be able to look at them right now. And then I have a whole bunch of things that I have been moving downstairs that are my usual little treasures that usually live here, that I actually put into treasure boxes, and I'm going to rotate back up when I'm ready to be inspired in a new way. And then I have things that just really haven't changed because they still resonate really well with me. But in the process of getting ready for the new year and all of the new adventures, the new ideas that are going to come to me, I have found some really fun old adventures and ideas, like a cute little drawing my little cousin did when I used to be their nanny. I have found some event trackers that I had written down for warrior cats. I have random ideas that I just had sprinkled on all sorts of paper for zoo crafting that are just popping up everywhere. I have found very old and ancient fan art. This is actually, I think, maybe the first card that Delphron ever sent me, so I have Delphron's card right here. I have found so many old postcards from the Patreon postcards, and then from when I printed a ton of them to ship out with the pins and things. So I think I'm going to end up doing like a spring sale of the pins that I have left over when we get closer to spring, and you'll get like a free little bundle of like old Patreon postcards with the spring sale that I'll do. Maybe if I'm lucky I can introduce some new stuff too that I'll do about then. But we've got those. I've got new stickers. I've been sorting so many things, but what I really wanted to show you guys were some of these. My oldest notes. They're going to go into kind of like a memory box in the basement, making some room in the office that they normally clutter up in my little closet there, full of stuff, and it's finally getting sorted. But they're not going to be thrown out, just I'm going to move them downstairs so I have room for new ideas. But getting ready for all of these new ideas, I'm finding so many old ideas I love. And what really made me laugh was when I found this one. Warrior Cats Challenge. The kids would love it. Question mark, question mark. This is before I even started Warrior Cats. I have ideas over here from Twin Bark Town, when we used to do Twin Bark Town all of the time. I've also got Sims 4 ideas, Strawberry Fields, an unpublished fantasy Minecraft series that I might go back to at some point. We have some fun Sims 4 ideas that I had for how to really use clubs to make them a fun social place. I definitely need to redo some of these. That would be really fun. Like making sure your graveyard is always haunted by setting up a ghost club. That would be really cool. Oh, there's just so many old ideas back when I had like 101 Dalmatians, and now this is how I used to keep track of what episodes I made and what they were supposed to be titled. Now I do it all in Evernote, and it is far superior to do it digitally, but it's just surreal to see the beginning of so many of the special ideas that we had. Oh, and here's a whole sheet of just cool ideas for zoo crafting, and some of these I'm going to keep with me right now as we get ready to take some of these seeds of old ideas and start something new this year. Oh, I am pretty exhausted, but I'm feeling fantastic. And welcome to the new year, you guys, 2019. And just really quickly, if you guys are wondering, Seri, what happened to Vlogmas? I do still have some Vlogmas footage that I'm going to be going through, and I'll talk about kind of what happened to Vlogmas and the new realization that taking a sabbatical from everything and being there for Chips in a new way of even putting my camera away was one of the best things that has ever happened to our relationship. So I guess I kind of told you what happened to Vlogmas right there. I have footage, I'll dig through it, I'll share it in the upcoming days as I get my energy back. But most of all, I fell more in love with Chips, and I figured out a new way to really connect with him and his family, and we had a wonderful time. So I have more adventures to share with you guys from the past and a lot more in the future, and also a lot of excitement for this year. I have been so busy. I meant to dive back into vlogging a lot sooner, but I have just been busy, happy busy, settling back into my home with this entirely new energy and this new sense of myself and knowing who I am and where I want to go, and this confidence and excitement to do what I do again without all this pressure about what people think about it or what the comments will say or who I'm disappointing today by not putting out said series or whatever. And all of that kind of just faded away after the long weeks that I shared with Chips. And I have come back home with more energy for change, more energy for also not changing, digging my like claws and roots into what I know is myself than I have ever had before. And I think, and I'm feeling it, and I'm kind of timid to admit it, but I really feel like I had just like this huge healing wave wash over me for the parts of me that are still recovering from becoming so burned out over the last few years. And I'm beginning to realize that burnout really has a bit to do with how much you do, but a lot more to do with expectations that others and yourself put on yourself. But I'll save all of that for talking about later. Long story short, I fell even more in love with Chips and had a great time, and I've learned that taking sabbaticals from kind of life and just being present with him wherever we happen to be in ways that don't always equate having a camera in my hands are important. And yeah, actually it was a lot of fun to have a camera in my hands when we were visiting my family, but his family doesn't really, like, they don't even take pictures of each other, like, at all. Like, I think the most recent pictures they have are like child pictures from school. So I learned to connect better by putting my camera away entirely, and I was amazed at the results. So yeah, it's not like every time Chips and I go adventuring I won't be sharing it, I won't be capturing it. My memory is not very good. I do most of the vlogging and picture taking and Instagram photo sharing actually more for myself so that I can remember than anything else. But there I go, rambling. Well, what a good way to start the new year. Anyway, we've been home for almost a week now. I think tomorrow will actually be a week, and I have been settling in with a vengeance, an excited vengeance of just purging so many things that I looked at for months on end and I was like, I really should get rid of that, have finally been gotten rid of. Things that just didn't quite give me the kind of movement and energy that I needed to really get into creating the things that I want to create have been lovingly stored into boxes and put into the basement. The basement's a little bit of a mess, but I will be working on that through the rest of the January month, and I feel so good. This is a call. Like, I feel like I just need to stand on top of a mountain and be like, clean your stuff, get rid of what doesn't resonate with you, because I just did. I took everything in my office that I felt didn't immediately give me something emotional or inspirational back, and if I knew I would want it in the future or it meant a lot to me on a different kind of level, I put it into little boxes that I called treasure boxes, and I wrote like what kind of treasure was inside on the side of the box and put them in the basement. There were a lot of things, like things that people have sent to me, things my family has given me in the past, things that I got from adventures in the past that I still love, but I didn't need in my daily space when I'm trying to create new stuff. So those went into treasure boxes in the basement. A lot of things that just had served their purpose and were donated, and I have a whole box of little treasures to pass on to my beloved niece. So yeah, I'm really happy. I feel so free. I feel like I can move around my office. I feel like the energy of it's moving around better. I stay in this space probably 18 hours a day. If I'm not asleep, I'm either in my office, I'm on a walk, I'm cooking in the kitchen, or I'm downstairs sitting on the love sack reading a book while Chips does his work. So like this is my main zone, and it is just so freeing to have only the things that are going to serve my new creative energy in it. So yeah, this is just a call of how good that feels. Even for me, there's still a lot of stuff in this place. Do you see how much stuff is here? There's still stuff, a lot of it. So it's not like stuff is bad. It's not like I'm going to become a minimalist like Chips, because I don't think it's in me or my genes. But I am really happy that the things that are in here are just things that give me that movement, that sense of flow, that sense of, yes, this is relevant to what I want to be doing right now. And everything else that might inspire me in the future or means a lot to me because of its memories in the past is in a safe place that's not in my face, and that feels awesome. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and it's been really fun because I have got a big folder right here full of paperwork from years ago of really good ideas for things to do for zoo crafting and the Warrior Cat series, and a whole bunch of other ideas for Sims that I want to start implementing. And now I feel like I finally have the energy to be able to do that, and the focus to be able to sit down, because some of these things, like developing some of the generators, the random chance generators that I need for Warrior Cats, I've never really given myself time for, because it's like, oh, you've got 5 episodes to publish in the next 48 hours, go lady. And now I feel like I can take the time to implement a whole bunch of really good ideas that never really saw the light of day. So I'm excited. I have those stored in the Japanese white eye folder that Chips actually got me in Taiwan. He like won it in a trivia prize. It was really cool. And he gave it to me because he loves me. And then I've got a whole bunch of other things relevant to my interest. We've got a new grow garden that I will be showing you guys in another future vlog. And then I've also got just a tiny smidgen of the pile of books that I will be reading. All of this is YA fiction, either the pieces that have been sent to me by our wonderful artist Alari, the pieces that I have gotten from my owl crates and fairy loot boxes. There we go. I have more of them on my Kindle. I'm going to be getting even more of them from the library. So I'm getting the creative ideas coming back in with reading a whole bunch of books. It's feeling really good, guys. This is going to be a great year. I am so excited. And speaking of books and inspiration and creation, I've got a really cool little mini selection of the overall huge haul of books I got for Christmas, including Giraffe Reflections. This I thought was just going to be like maybe a photo album of giraffes. It is not. It is this really, really fantastic, in-depth, detailed book that goes into all sorts of stories about giraffes. It goes into their biology. It does have some really fantastic photography tucked in here as well. It is all, this is just information about giraffes. So I'm finally going to know a lot more about my beloved favorite animal. No offense, my little Boolean finches. And I'm really excited to read this and share it with you guys in our series, probably especially in zoo crafting. And then for zoo crafting, I'm also really excited because I have finally got a copy of the photo arc. I have a copy of the birds of the photo arc, which is just the birds from this book. But now I have the entire thing so that we can just open it up at random. And I'm hoping I can just like open 2 random pages in the photo arc when it is time to add new species into zoo crafting, or do a Zoo Bites episode about it, or just create something. And I'll be able to be inspired like, oh, the aquatic box turtle, the Vulcan Darwin tortoise, fascinating. What about the red-headed ukari? What about the gang cockatoo? This is so fun. I love this. I love having these things available, and there's not wonderful beloved clutter, but still clutter in the way while I'm trying to make stuff. I always thought like you had to have all the things that meant a lot to you, or people had given you out of love and kindness in your face all the time. But I'm so excited to just get into this idea of just like there's seasons in real life, kind of having seasons to what I want present beside me all day long, and that it's okay for things that have a lot of love and memory attached to them to go live somewhere else and then come back later, and they'll be even more special because it'll be like opening up my mystery treasure chest in a bit. I'm also excited because this book right here is the Oxford Dictionary of Zoology, and I can crack it open and start teaching people random words for zoology that might be really fun, like macrofauna, the larger animals. The term is sometimes used to include larger insects and earthworms in this category, but otherwise these form part of the mesofauna. And that's cool. I can teach vocabulary in zoo crafting again. That's going to be really fun. I want to bring back that sense of curiosity and education, and this is really going to help me do it. All of this is going to help me do it. So that's what I wanted to say. That's where I have been for the last few days. It has been intense. I don't think I have cleaned out, sorted through, made decisions, and stored so many things in many years, like other than doing huge major moves. Hopefully Chips and I won't have to move again for another 3 years when he will graduate with his PhD. I can't believe that's coming up. Like, it was really surreal to be holding some of the notes for Warrior Cats, and it's talking about stuff, like in the margins, it's talking about things when we lived in North Carolina, and to realize back then his PhD felt like this thing that was gonna be so far away, and it was gonna take a decade, and we're gonna be old by the time it's done, old people by the time he would finish with it. And instead we both feel more invigorated and in love with life than ever, and we're having a great time. We've gone on more adventures than we ever thought we could, and I am feeling more and more and more secure and happy and ready for whatever life has to offer. And this year is going to continue on with that. So yeah, actually this is gonna be the messy part of the year, and I kind of love that idea. It makes like fireworks of excitement just burst in my chest. But this is the messy year, the messy month of the year, because I like to give myself 2 New Years. We have the Gregorian calendar New Year, which begins in January, and then we have the Lunar New Year, which kind of shifts around wherever the moon happens to shift into the Lunar New Year. And I think it's in early February, like the 8th. February 8th this month. So for me, I love the idea of having a stress-free pocket time to prepare truly for the new year that doesn't have anything to do with the rush of travel and the rush of the holidays that like Thanksgiving and December with Christmas and traveling all have shoved into them. That's kind of hard to like have like Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatever traveling you might be doing kind of mushed right there at the end of the Gregorian calendar, and then boom, there's the first of the year, and now suddenly you're supposed to feel renewed when you're still probably feeling like you ate too much Christmas pie. I love to give myself a pocket month where I have a month to do my spring cleaning before spring arrives, because when spring's here, I want to go be playing. So I like to have January before the Lunar New Year to do these kinds of deep cleans, to test out some of my resolutions and see if they need to be tweaked before I really try to commit to them, and to just have this sense of starting new, to eat a little bit better than I do over the holidays and feel ready to grow another year. So that's what I've been doing, and coincidentally January also happens to be the absolute worst month if you're a YouTuber, where ad revenue just kind of goes and it stays at this low level until further into close to summer. Actually, the first chunk of the year can be a little bit rough. But instead of stressing out of it like I have in years past, I am accepting that there are seasons to life, and I've been spending my time getting ready to really create something wonderful, and I am so happy. So that's what I've been doing, guys. That's what I've been doing, and so technically this is my first vlog of the new year, but I'm gonna say it's not, because this is the messy month. This is the month of transition. This is the month of diving into the dusty basement with boxes. This is the month of throwing out the clothes that no longer suit your style, because I wore that shirt last when I was 14 years old. This is the month of figuring out, like trying out your try out your resolutions, and then if they need tweaked, like I thought I could bike for 35 miles a day, I know. Turns out 20 is better for me when it comes to biking, but this is the time where you can kind of tweak things, you can experiment, you can figure out how you truly want your new year to go. Because I think I'm always happiest when I try to grow, and I find that the resolutions that you tend to set before the 1st of January tend to be more external. Like, they tend to be trying to live up to other people's expectations. And if you really want to be able to answer the unique, weird, quirky ways that you know, yeah, if I do that, that's gonna help me grow. If I read like 20 fantasy books a month, which is a little too much. If I read 10 fantasy books a month, YA or otherwise, I'm gonna grow creatively. That's something that you may not think about externally, because that's not something a lot of people have for their external goals. But I feel like if you can give yourself January to feel out your growth in an honest way, you're gonna have a good time for the rest of the year. Because I really believe it's important to make yourself grow. It's uncomfortable, but if you're a little uncomfortable, just a smidgen, not bad uncomfortable, but just a little bit like, then you're probably on the right path if you're just a little pinch of it. So that's my ramble there. I'm clearly excited. I have been doing so many things, and I want to wrap up by actually opening up my very last Nego box with you guys, because just as so many things have seasons, and just as life changes, people change, and things change, the people who run the Nego box have moved back to New Zealand, and I will no longer get my monthly subscription of adorable Japanese ceramics, stationery, and other paraphernalia that comes in these. So I'm a little bit sad, but I'm really happy to share the final Nego box with you guys, and I'm really excited for whatever adventures I might find to replace this in the future. It may not be a subscription box. I was actually thinking about having my patrons build subscription boxes that Zoo Crafting Seri could subscribe to. So if someone wanted to do like a pie subscription box, they could have their box show up on a certain day, and then when I would go, I could go and like open it up, open a chest full of like pie that they could name whatever they wanted. Or somebody could do like a puppy pack and give toys for the dogs made out of divinsing items. Those kinds of creative ideas are starting to come back, and I am so happy. But let's begin the new year. Well, at least what should we call it? We need a fun name for kind of the messy month. The preparation month, the muddy month. No, muddy month is too, I gotta think about this. But we need a fun name for this month, where we give ourselves a little bit of time to breathe, but we do the hard work of kind of clearing away the clutter and really focusing on what we truly, our heart's desire for the growth of the next year. We need a good name for this month. I really want to know what you guys think it could be. But all right, I'm going to open up this box with you guys. So let's do this. All right, this is the final Nego box, finishing off 2018 and clearing the way now that it is no longer here. I was really sad at first, but I'm just trying to focus on the fact it opens up the way for new adventures to start popping up. But it is moonlit nights. So let's go ahead and see what is hiding inside our moonlit night box. What do we have here? Oh my goodness, it's very well packed. Oh, wow, look at you. Why, hello. Okay, we've got one of the beautiful cloths that they sometimes send. I actually put these on my wall. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Okay, we're gonna back out a little bit. This is a lovely, oh, look at the little paw prints. A lovely snowy night cat cloth for more of the adventures of this adorable cat. They have done boxes with this lovely guy before, and I love that it's a snowy Camilla, because we do have some Camillas in Animal Crossing. They have a really good Pocket Camp, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp fortune cookie with those right now, which is immediately what I think about. Very cute. Look at that. His adventures continue. I will put that up on my wall during the winter months for sure. And then what do we have here? So we've got a bowl, or a plate, excuse me, of some kind. Let's go ahead and see what it is. Oh, this is pretty. Wow, it's very geometric. Look at this. It, it reminds me so much of my mom's fabric patterns growing up. Oh, wow. Okay, let's actually look up in our little spoiler sheet what this is all about. So this is our night sky plate. These beautiful blue plates are 30% thinner and lighter than regular porcelain and have a sashiko stitching pattern that resembles the night sky, used for small snacks and side dishes from the Gifu prefecture. That's so cool. And then of course we have our winter cloth. This amazing furoshiki wrapping cloth comes in 2 different designs, the golden crane with moon or the Camilla flowers with cat. I am so happy we got the Camilla flowers with cat because that is very appropriate for us. Though I do love cranes, so that's kind of tricky. And then what do we have here? Is this like a nice, oh, it's a cute little cup. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go ahead, open it up, see what's inside. Wow, okay. I didn't expect it to be gold inside. That's really pretty. Look at that. You're quite charming. The gold and blue flower mini cup. This stunning tiny blue flower cup is hand painted with navy on the outside and metallic gold on the inside. Use tiny cups for strong green tea, sake, or small servings of pickles, nuts, sweets, or sauces. I would actually love to put like pickled ginger in here when we eat sushi. That'd be really fun. It's very pretty. What else do we have? I take care not to peek too much. Oh my gosh, you guys, this bowl, look at this. This is beautiful. This is one of my immediate favorite bowls that they have ever sent. This is gorgeous. This is the speckled blue bowl. This delicate speckled blue bowl looks like a starry night sky. Use it for breakfast, dessert, or side dishes, or even to store accessories. This is so pretty. I am really excited. Really excited about this. Oh, I'm gonna miss my Neko box. I have enjoyed these so much. All right, let's see if I can find, there should be, some nice little chopsticks to go along with everything. That's so cute. There we go. The end of an era that has decorated a huge chunk of my office and become part of my life. But I am really glad that I got that experience. And like I said, instead of dwelling on how sad I was that I won't be having more Neko box stuff, I started thinking about how much fun it's going to be able to focus on, like, what about zoo crafting? What about having the patrons build really cute little subscription boxes that show off their personality that I could share with the world? That would be really fun. And I will admit I have some really special ideas for some things that I want to do for like the postcards and other Etsy shop related things for the year as a result. And basically, I'm happy. I'm happy and I'm feeling inspired. My office is coming together again. I feel different in really good ways. And I'm ready to take the time and to have the patience and the confidence to really create something wonderful and create the environment I really want to share with all of you. So I'm gonna get back to it. I really wanted to open that Neko box so that I can put away yet another box and not have it in my office, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.